What is a lay summary? The lay summary is a plain language summary of your project that has been written for members of the public rather than researchers or professionals. When your data request has been approved, your lay summary will be posted on the Vivli website. The lay summary should be written so that visitors to the website can understand the content without any prior knowledge of the subject. The lay summary should be brief, ideally 200 to 300 words and not more than 450. What information should be included? First, the project background. Briefly explain the disease condition and treatment in lay terms, and how many patients or members of the public are potentially affected. Necessity of research. How will the research add to medical science or patient care? And lastly, how the research will be conducted. What design and methods have you chosen and why? Now that we've covered the content, we'll provide you with tips to convey this information. The first tip is organization. Lay things out in logical order. Put the most important information at the beginning and include background information when necessary toward the end. In the next slides, we'll provide an example of how to organize your summary. Paragraph 1 here provides a brief explanation of the disease condition and treatment in lay terms and how many patients are potentially affected. Following the description of the disease, the narrator then explains potential options for treatment. Paragraph 2 explains the necessity of the research and how the research will impact medical science or patient care. In this case, the research will help determine the appropriate first drug to treat patients with newly diagnosed seizures. Paragraph 3 briefly outlines how the research will be conducted and explains the reasons why the design and methods were selected. The researcher provides background on their previous research and results and how this new project will provide updated guidelines for determining the appropriate drugs for the treatment of epilepsy. The next tip is present only necessary information. Determine key concepts and messages based on the knowledge of the intended audience and prioritize those in your summary. In the example from the previous slides, the researcher only addressed information that was key to their proposal. The next tip is use common everyday words. Ensure as many people as possible can read and understand the material. Use common everyday words and avoid large blocks of text. The next tip is use simplified terms and definitions. Don't assume your readers have knowledge of the subject, and avoid using technical or field-specific language, and clearly explain any necessary terms. And the last tip is use the active voice. Active voice makes it clear who is supposed to do what, and it eliminates any ambiguity about responsibilities. For more examples of lay summaries, please visit the page for approved requests on our Vivli page.